I'm not the luckiest woman in the world, as people say. Amelia Warner once whispered in a private conversation, where there were no flashbulbs and cheers. The mansion in the pines. Everyone thought that living with Jamie Dornan, the silver screen heartthrob, the handsome face of 50 Shades of Grey, was a dream that would never end. But Amelia Warner, a musician, actress, mother of 3, experienced a completely different chapter. Their expensive villa in the English countryside was not just a home, but gradually became a lonely castle. Jamie, often away from home to film, attend events in LA, New York, Paris. The more famous he became, the wider the distance between them. He came back as a guest. A more sought-after guest than I was in my own home. A dinner without words. Amelia used to be a passionate artist. But after 3 children, 2 moves to meet Jamie's filming schedule, and countless quiet times sitting alone at the dinner table, she began to wonder, who am I living for? They still took family photos, still smiled on the red carpet, but few knew that behind the scenes, Jamie often couldn't remember his wife's birthday. He sent flowers, ordered by an assistant. He said he loved her, on the phone at 2 a.m., while she was sleeping next to her youngest child. Strange texts in the night. Once, Amelia accidentally saw messages from AJ, unnamed, not too intimate, but enough for a woman to understand. She didn't make a fuss. She asked gently. Jamie was silent. You don't need to confess. The silence hurts more, Amelia wrote in her diary. She didn't leave him, but from then on, the distance between them was no longer geographical. It was spiritual, stepping out of the shadow. Amelia gradually returned to music. She wrote sad songs, deep and true, about loneliness in a glamorous marriage. One of them was featured in an independent film and was praised for its sobbing sound like the heart of a woman forgotten in the halo of her husband. Truth and choice. People still see Amelia, Jamie as couple goals, but she knows that is not true. She once chose to stay for the sake of her children, for her image, for love. But after a press conference, Jamie smiled at reporters and said, "Family is the most wonderful thing in my life." Amelia sat in the audience, her eyes filled with tears. If it was really wonderful, you wouldn't have left her alone. Leaked diary, when secrets are no longer private. In March 2025, an anonymous blogger posted a series of photos from a handwritten diary believed to be Amelia Warner's, a brown leather notebook that briefly appeared in a behind-the-scenes video of Jamie Dornan filming in Belfast. At first, everyone thought it was fake. But a few days later, a stylist who worked with Amelia confirmed, she always writes in blue ink, and she always crosses out words when she's emotional. This is real. The leaked clips don't mention Jamie by name, but include phrases like, "He held me but his mind was elsewhere. He once called me, Anna," the name of Dakota Johnson's character. "Today is my son's birthday, he didn't come home. He sent me a video congratulating me with a glass of wine in his hand. I burst into tears when he said, 'Why do you only have 15 seconds for me?' I dreamed that I was with someone else, not because I cheated, but because I wanted to be seen as a woman. Not a shadow." The third person in the yacht photo. While the online community had not yet cooled down from the diary incident, paparazzi released a photo of Jamie Dornan on a yacht in Amalfi with a young girl. Side profile, brown hair, bright smile, looks like Dakota Johnson. But not. Identity confirmed. Eva Jensen, a 25-year-old Norwegian rising actress who played a supporting role in one of Jamie's Netflix movies. The photo was cut to the exact moment Eva rested her head on Jamie's shoulder. No words needed, the internet did the rest. Reacting and being silent. In the face of the storm, Jamie's representative spoke up. The two of them were colleagues. There were many people on the outing. There was no affair. But Amelia, for the first time, posted a black and white story, without tagging anyone, without words, just a handwritten note. Silence is not forgiveness. It's just that I don't want to repeat myself anymore. Fans immediately split into two factions. One side defended Jamie, saying that every celebrity gets tired at times. The other side supported Amelia, calling her a symbol of women who know their own worth. New phase, no need to be wife. 2 months later, Amelia appeared in a high-end perfume campaign in France, playing her first leading role in an art film called The House Without a Husband. An interview with Elle magazine had a sentence that was shared millions of times. "I used to think divorce was a failure. But staying and losing yourself is the scariest thing." Jamie remained silent. He continued to act. He appeared solo at events. When asked about Amelia at a meeting, he just smiled sadly. "I am a lucky man. Once had a woman who knew how to love to the point of forgetting herself." Epilogue. We don't know everything. Amelia and Jamie's love story did not have a fairy tale ending. But perhaps that is the truth. As Amelia herself once wrote, "Don't expect everyone's life to be like their wedding photos. There are photos that are beautiful only because of the light. But the light doesn't last forever." Shocking talk show, Amelia on air. A month after the series of dramas, Amelia Warner suddenly appeared on The Late Room with Fiona Clark, a talk show famous for always exposing the seemingly closed stories of British celebrities. The audience could not take their eyes off Amelia. She dressed simply, a beige sweater, her hair tied up, but her eyes were quiet and sharp as a razor. Fiona asked, "Everyone still thinks you are living in a fairy tale. So, is that fairy tale real?" Amelia replied gently, "It is a fairy tale, but I am not a princess. I am just a songwriter while my husband is busy filming bed scenes with other people, on film, and sometimes, not only on film." 50 Shades of Regret. The audience was in an uproar. The statement was like a slap to Jamie Dornan's reputation and the 50 Shades brand. Social networks were feverish. "Fire? Amelia said that Jamie really cheated? Fire, huh? What does 'not just in the movies' mean? Fire, is this a bonus part of 50 Shades?" That night, the hashtag 50 Shades of Regret climbed straight to the top trending X, Twitter. Netizens demanded Jamie Dornan to respond, but he still chose to remain silent. Ava Jensen, the third person, or victim of the media? The young girl Ava could not avoid the wave of attacks. A post from Ava after nearly 2 weeks of silence. "I did not destroy anyone's family. I have never had an intimate relationship with Jamie outside of professional matters. If I am misunderstood, that is unfortunate. But if I am turned into a tool in someone else's marriage crisis, that is cruel." But netizens still do not forgive. Who accidentally leans their head on a married man's shoulder on an Italian yacht? Huh? Not intimate but smiling all the time? You're not Dakota, don't try to play Anastasia 2.0. Jamie Dornan, the man on the run. While Amelia's career seemed to be blooming more than ever, Jamie began to appear less. He skipped some film events, cancelled interview shows, and even asked to withdraw from a film project with the French director. Paparazzi caught him alone in Ireland, looking haggard and unshaven. A source revealed. Jamie didn't think things would go this far. He still loves Amelia, but he doesn't know how to stay. Open ending, and a new title for life. Amelia Warner released a new album called Rooms Without Mirrors, consisting of 9 songs. Each song is a chapter in her previous marriage. No heavy-handedness, no whining, just the truth. The final song, Love, Once, has the lyrics that make the listener quiet. "I don't regret loving you. I just regret that love couldn't keep both of us." Post-credit, Jamie and Amelia, what are they to each other now? The two have not confirmed their divorce, but they are no longer seen together. Some sources say they are separating to find themselves. A gentle way to say a quiet breakup. Conclusion. Not every celebrity marriage is a failure, but not every breakup is a sad ending. Sometimes, it is the first chapter of a truly free life.